Happy Easter! Welcome to Planet Kids TV. I'm your host Claire and we're really excited to have you with us this morning. Now last week I told you that I had some really exciting news for you today. Well, I have, and we're going to come to that in a little while. But first of all, we've got Tim, who's been waiting in the games room for you all. Over to you, Tim.
Hello, it's Sunday morning, it's games time, and I'm wearing a funny hat. Welcome to the Games Corner. We've got a couple of different games for you this week. We're going to play a game called Do What I Do, Not What I Say in a little bit, but first I want to tell you about these two games on the back wall here. At the top is the scrambled up word game, so I'll put the scrambled up letters onto your screen for you. There you are. These letters are all scrambled up, but if you can unscramble them, you'll be able to find the name of a type of food. Also, you can look out for other words that you can make using only these letters, see how many you can get. Below the letters are some numbers. I'll put the numbers on your screen as well, here you go. See if you can work out what that last term in the sequence is. It's quite a tricky one, so don't worry if you don't get it. Answers at the end. Right then, time for the main game. Do what I do, not what I say. Now this is a little bit like Simon Says, but it's more interesting because Simon Says is boring. I'm going to do a series of actions, and you have to copy what I do. But I'm also going to be telling you to do different things. What you need to do is make sure that you do what I do, not what I say. For example, if I were to tell you to stand on one leg, and I sat down, you would need to sit down, don't stand on one leg. Okay? Here we go, time for round one, and I'll start nice and easy. Are you ready? Do what I do, not what I say. Sit down. Pat your head. Jump. Stop jumping. Stand on one leg. Stand on two legs. Do a star jump. Stand on one leg. Sit down. Stand up. And sit down again. Good? You should have been doing what I was doing, not what I was saying. So well done if you managed that. It's going to get trickier because I'm going to get quicker. Okay? Here we go. Round two. Quicker, trickier, and sometimes I'm going to do and say the same thing. So that might confuse you. You ready? Fantastic. Sit down. Stand up. Touch your nose. Hop. Stand on two legs. Pat your chin. Stand on one leg. Jump. Stand on two legs. Jump. Sit down. Pat your head. Pat your chin. Stand up. Sit down. Turn around. Ooh, it's getting trickier. I mean, I'm confusing myself sometimes as well. Let's get even harder. You ready? Here we go. Round three. This is going to be incredibly difficult because I'm going to go really, really quickly. I might confuse myself, and if I do, I'll just sort of collapse in a heap on the floor. Okay? Are you ready? Round three. Do what I do, not what I say. Here we go. Sit down. Stand up. Turn around. Jump. Turn around. Touch your nose. Stand on one leg. Stand on two legs. Do a star jump. Do a star jump. Do a star jump. Stand on one leg. Hop. Touch your head. Touch your belly. Touch your nose. Stand on two legs. I nearly fell over. Let's keep going. Sit down. Stand on one leg. Stand on two legs. Stand on three legs. Now, stand up. And sit down again. Do a cartwheel. Visit the moon. Make a souffle. That got really difficult at the end there, didn't it? Because you've got to be doing what I'm doing, not what I'm saying, because you can't go to the moon. Here we go, right. I've come up with a really, really mean and nasty round 4. You ready for that? Round 4. Now this is where it gets really tricky. Do what I say, not what I do. Okay? Do what I say, not what I do. Here we go. Sit down. Stand up. Turn around. Stand on one leg. Stand on two legs. Hop. Pat your head. Pat your belly. Pat your head. Turn around. Do a star jump. Turn inside out. Oh no, don't do that one. Don't do that one. That's bad for you. Well, there we go. I think we've just about run out of time. But before we go, I need to tell you the answers to these. The top one, the type of food, was spaghetti. And that was quite a tricky one because spaghetti's got a weird spelling. So well done if you found spaghetti from those scrambled up letters. And the bottom one, the numbers, those are called square numbers. So here we go. 1 times 1 is 1. Next, 2 times 2 is 4. Then 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16, and I was looking for 5 times 5 is 25. Oh, wow. I'm exhausted. So I'm going to hand back to whoever I'm supposed to be handing back to, because I don't know how this works. But I will see you again next week for another fun game, when I will be wearing a different silly hat. You might be thinking, Tim, how long can you keep this joke going for? How many silly hats do you own? I own a lot of silly hats. Goodbye.
Good morning and welcome to this special news report brought to you from The Garden. Now, we have been having rumours this morning that a man known to his followers as Jesus, who was killed just 3 days ago, is thought to now be alive. Some of his friends came early this morning to visit him in his tomb and found the stone to be rolled away. The body wasn't there. Now I take you to our first eyewitness, Mary. Mary, what happened when you and your friends visited the tomb this morning?
My friends and I were taking spices to the tomb.
We wanted to wrap Jesus' body in the proper way, with sweet spices among his folds of linen.
We got to the tomb only to find that the stone had been rolled away.
The body was gone.
We turned and saw 2 figures in shining clothes. They said, "Why are you looking among the dead for someone who is alive?"
They said that Jesus wasn't there. They said he had been raised to life.
I wanted to believe, but I was just so upset that the body was gone that I stayed behind in the garden, weeping. I then heard a voice, but my eyes were so blurred from crying that I couldn't see who it was. I thought perhaps it was the gardener, so I asked him if he knew where the body was. It wasn't until I dried my eyes and I heard the voice say my name, Mary, that I knew the person speaking. It was Jesus. He really was alive. I could have stayed with him forever, but I did as he asked, and I ran off to tell the others the good news.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you to your friends. Now Mary ran to tell Jesus' other friends, Peter and John, about what had happened. Peter, John, what happened to you this morning?
So, you are never going to believe what happened to John and I today.
It's been quite the ordeal. I don't think my heart rate's quite come down yet.
Well, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Oh, gosh.
Go on, John,
Right.
kick it off. Tell
Okay.
them what happened
So, from the beginning.
from the start.
So, it's early in the morning.
Yeah.
Before I'd even sat down to have my crunchy nut. And Mary runs in, and
Yeah.
she's already been down to the tomb and back again. She's like up.
Like a
gonna
whippet.
get the worm. She's just,
Yeah.
woo,
Yeah.
don't
She'd had her
understand
morning
women.
coffee.
Yeah.
Mm.
So she come back and she said that she went to the tomb and the stone was gone.
It was gone.
No stone.
Moved.
And I don't know if you've seen the size of that boulder.
Huge, mate. It's
You've got to have some
huge.
serious muscles to move that.
Even with muscles. You're not going to move it, John. Even with muscles.
I mean,
no
I
matter
might.
how
You
much
might
you
not.
work out.
I might.
All right, carry on.
Anyway, I wasn't there to lift it, so it wasn't me. But then
No, we're back at home,
the
mate.
stone was gone.
Eating my crunchy
No, I
nut.
hadn't even sat down for mine.
Oh, I was
The
tucking
stone
in.
was gone. Jesus was gone. His body, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. Puff. So then they run back and they tell us. So then, what do? We
Hang
leg
on.
it down there.
Wait, I'm not going to lie. We didn't quite believe at first, so we had to go and see for ourselves.
I thought I wouldn't mention that.
Well, it was him that didn't believe. I believed a little bit. But... Carry on.
So I legged it down there, and I mean, some say I'm like a cheetah. You just these
I was
long
re-
legs are made for
I was running as
sprinting.
well.
Yeah, this one.
I've only got little legs.
A bit like a sheep. Just...
All right, carry
So
on.
yeah, this long-legged sprinter over here, I made it there in record time.
Yeah.
It's the first to make it to the tomb, and what did I see?
Don't I
She
know
was
that?
telling the truth.
Been rubbing it in all day. Anyway, carry on.
So I made it there. The tomb, the stone was gone. The stone was gone.
Hang on,
Can confirm.
yeah. But at this point, you got scared and you were waiting outside.
I was
Me
not
hit.
scared.
Yeah, you didn't
I
come in
was-
at first.
I was merely keeping a respectable
I
distance
went
from
in
the dead.
and I peeked inside. No, Jesus.
You could have found anything in there. Could have been people hiding and waiting to jump out. Could have been a ghost.
What wasn't there was all of his stuff, and also, kind of him, he'd folded it all neatly in a little pile.
I did think that was quite thoughtful. I mean, normally he's the kind of guy to like leave clothes all around his bedroom, but he was pretty tidy this time.
Not Jesus.
Yeah.
No, all nice and neat.
Yeah.
So we left there and we went back and we left Mary there.
And Mary said that
at the tomb.
she saw an angel as well, and the angel said
Yeah.
that we had to go to Galilee.
Mhm.
Don't really know why we have to go to the Galilee. It's quite a long way actually. I don't think I really want to make the trek.
But she said,
She did say.
angel said, so we went.
We went. We're there already. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's what happened.
And that was all before I haven't even had my crunchy nut.
No. We got time now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go for breakfast.
See you later. Bye.
I've just heard news that we have a rare opportunity to be able to interview the angel who reportedly rolled the stone away. Now, Angel, what's your role in this story?
Thank you, yes. I'm here with an angel. Did you see what happened to the big rock in front of the tomb? Yes, I did push. I pushed the big rock away. Wow! Do you have anything else to say? All I want to say is that Jesus is alive.
Astonishing. Well, you've heard it here today. All of our eyewitnesses state that Jesus' body was placed into the tomb 3 days ago. And now that tomb is empty. They believe that Jesus is alive. Back to you in the studio. Wow, incredible. Thank you for that amazing news report there from Clarence Gardner, brought to us from the garden where Jesus was buried in a tomb. But did you hear? He's now alive. Amazing. Isn't that a really great reason to worship God today? Remember that worship is God loving me and me loving God. So we're going to do that with our first song called At the Top of My Lungs. Let's see how loud we can make it. Then we've got our song called Reckless Love. This song describes how crazily in love God is with you. And then we've got our final song about how God's love never fails. It never runs out on me.
You spoke one word and the dark became light. I believe it, yeah. You spoke my name and my heart I believe it, yeah. You're all I need, always here by my side. I believe it, yeah. I wanna sing about it, I wanna scream and shout it, I wanna sing it right now. At the top of my lungs I'll sing, with all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing, with all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs. Yeah, at the top of my lungs. At the top of my lungs. I'm gonna scream it, oh, I'm gonna shout it, I'm gonna sing it out. At the top of my lungs. I'm gonna scream it, oh, I'm gonna shout it, I'm gonna sing it right now. At the top of my lungs I'll sing, with all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing, with all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs I'll sing, with all of my heart I will praise you. God, you are everything. You're the reason that I lift my voice. At the top of my lungs. At the top of my lungs. Yeah, at the top of my lungs.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. And you have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. And you have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. And you have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. And you have been so, so kind to me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. And I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99, and I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
Higher than the mountains that I face, stronger than the power of the grave, constant in the trial and the change. One thing remains: your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love. On and on and on and on it goes. It overwhelms and satisfies my soul, and I never ever have to be afraid. One thing remains, this one thing remains. Your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love. Your love. In death and life, I'm confident and covered by the power of your great love. My debt is paid, there's nothing that can separate my heart from your great love. Your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love never fails and never gives up, never runs out on me. Your love. On and on and on and on it goes. It overwhelms and satisfies my soul, and I never ever have to be afraid. One thing remains, yeah, one thing
Okay, so are you ready for our memory verse challenge? Last week I taught you the memory verse from John 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him will not die, but have eternal life. Ready? From John 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him will not die, but have eternal life. Keep practicing. Isn't it just great to celebrate Easter Day today? It's great to come together with our families, do something a little bit special. It's great to be able to eat some chocolate. Yum, yum, yum. It's great to be able to think about the bunnies and the chicks. What's really great is to be able to praise Jesus that he is alive. Now, our memory verse has been saying that God so loved the world that he gave his only Son. That's Jesus. He gave Jesus to the world when Jesus was born, which we celebrate at Christmas time. It says that whoever believes in him. Now, who is for whoever? Could that be me? Is it you? Is it your friends, your family? Is it everyone? Whoever believes in him will not die, but will have eternal life. So what does it really mean to believe in Jesus? I've got this little picture here to show you to help us to understand. So there's God, and there's us. There's me, and there's you, and there's all of the other people in the world. And there was a big gap in between us and God. And that's because we've done things wrong, things that hurt God. But God so loved the world that he gave us his only Son, Jesus. So Jesus came to earth. He lived a perfect life. And then he died on a cross. When he died, having lived the perfect life, it built a bridge between us and God. So now, whoever believes in God, whoever accepts Jesus' forgiveness, doesn't die, but we can have eternal life and we can be forever friends with God. Okay, so I know that for some of you, you've made that decision in the past to accept Jesus into your life and to say, yes, Jesus, I want to follow you. Some of you are not so sure. Some of you might today say, yes, actually, that makes sense to me. I believe in Jesus. I want to follow him and accept that gift of eternal life that he is offering. So if you'd like to do that, you can join with me now in just praying this prayer. Jesus, I know that I've done things that are wrong. Jesus, I accept your forgiveness for those things that I've done wrong. I choose to turn and follow you, Jesus. Jesus, thank you that I can be your forever friend and you will be my forever friend. Amen. That's great. We can pray that sort of a prayer at any time in our walk with Jesus. But if today was the first time that you did that, tell your mums and dads, tell me. There is a big party going on in heaven when someone new says, yes, I want to follow Jesus. So that's the end of our Planet Kids TV for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day celebrating Easter today. Enjoy your Easter eggs, enjoy the time with your family, enjoy celebrating that Jesus is alive. Thank you so much for Games Room Tim for joining us again today. Thank you for our news reporter Clarence and for our amazing eyewitnesses, for Mary and her friends, for Peter and John, and for the angel and her reporter. And it's goodbye from me, your host Claire, and I'll see you again next week.